This is Philadelphia Eagles Now by Chat Sports, and we're coming to you with breaking news because Howie Roseman has done it once again. We knew that edge rusher was a priority for this team heading into Tuesday's NFL trade deadline. Howie Roseman said, I'm not going to wait to bolster this roster. I'm not going to wait to improve this football team. Let's make the move now on a Wednesday. Philadelphia trading for star edge rusher from the Chicago Bears and Robert Quinn. Ian Rapoport breaking the news here on Wednesday afternoon saying this: the Bears are trading star pass rusher Robert Quinn to the Eagles, per me and Mike Garafolo, a major move with the NFL's best team simply reloading. And that's really the big takeaway from this, is that Howie Roseman is never scared, and he goes to bed thinking of ways to improve his roster, and he wakes up thinking of ways to improve the only undefeated team in the National Football League. And even if you don't like this move, you can give Howie Roseman credit because he is the most intelligent, the smartest general manager in sports, and the fact that he can get Robert Quinn for a 2023 fourth-round pick really is crazy, because even by giving away this fourth-round pick, the Eagles still have a bevy of draft picks, as we're about to show you, and they're bringing in a player who last year had 18.5 sacks to be a depth piece under Jonathan Gannon for this defense. More reporting on this move, this one coming in from Mike Garafolo. The Bears will be picking up most of the remaining salary for Robert Quinn, sources say. So this trade will cost the Eagles draft capital, but not a lot of money. Now, I'm not sure if Mike Garafolo is talking about just the 2022 salary or the remaining years on Robert Quinn's deal, because in 2023, he has a cap hit of $14 million, and in 2024, it's a cap hit of $13 million. Of course, once that news becomes available, we'll pass it along to you here on Eagles Now, but either way, you're getting a premier edge rusher who is 32 years old for only a fourth-round pick, and the Eagles still have a chest full of draft picks at their disposal. So I want to hear from Eagles fans right now. Are you a fan of this trade, considering you're getting Robert Quinn for a mid-round pick? If that's the case and you like it, I want you to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. If you don't like this acquisition, I want you to get into the shoes of a football analyst, take over for me as the host of Eagles Now, and comment why. As you venture down to the comment section, this is why you subscribe to the channel. The NFL trade deadline is coming up on Tuesday. If another move is made, of course, we'll be going live once again like we are right now. If a move is not made, we still have you covered with daily videos on the Philadelphia Eagles, news, rumors, analysis, all 22, live shows and watch parties. So lock us in for year-round content and hit that subscribe button. As for Robert Quinn, the player, he's been productive for a really long time. He has jumped around the National Football League. He's played for a few teams during his NFL career, but the consistent theme with Robert Quinn, he has always been a very productive pass rusher who has great one-on-one pass rush moves and good instincts to get to the opposing quarterback. He's been in the league for a really long time. You go all the way back to 2011 when he was drafted by the St. Louis Rams. He is 32 years old, as we talked about earlier, but again, it's the consistent production that is very appealing for us and very appealing, of course, for Howie Roseman, and that's why he made this move. You go back to 2018, 6.5 sacks. In 2019, he had 11.5 sacks. In 2020, somewhat of a down year, 2 sacks, but then last year he rises back up to the occasion and has 18.5 sacks. The best year of his career goes all the way back to 2013 with the Rams when he tallied 19 sacks even. He was an All-Pro Defensive Player of the Year vote, 4th overall place, and throughout his career since coming into the National Football League more than a decade ago, he has tallied 102 sacks. You look at his numbers this year. Of course, it's a little bit of a concern that the production has dropped off to a certain degree, but look, we're talking about a backup depth piece as an edge rusher, because I do think Brandon Graham and Josh Sweat are going to get a lot of the snaps at that edge position. 8 tackles this year, 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss, and 3 quarterback hits. But honestly, I don't know if he's the greatest scheme fit with the Chicago Bears, because they do have a new regime under Matt Eberflus. He has gotten pressure on the quarterback with 14 total hurries this year on 171 pass rush snaps. And really, my overall takeaway with this Eagles trade ahead of the deadline going into this week against the Pittsburgh Steelers: Howie Roseman does it once again. He is going all in on a Super Bowl. He is getting his poker chips. He's putting them to the middle of the table, and he's sending a message to the other 31 teams in the NFL that the Philadelphia Eagles should be taken seriously. The Philadelphia Eagles are all in. And if they come up with anything short of a Lombardi trophy and a parade down Broad Street, it's a failure this year. So with that, Howie Roseman, hell yeah. If you want to bet on this Eagles-Steelers game coming up on Sunday, we'll be doing a watch party for it. Make sure you bet on this game with our sportsbook partner, BetUS. Just head to chatsports.com/EaglesBet, promo code Eagles125 for a 125% deposit bonus. The Eagles, overwhelming favorites. The odds makers have them as 10.5-point favorites. Interested to see if this trade shifts the line even a half point. I would guess probably not. Vegas, though, expecting this to be somewhat of a low-scoring game because of that inept Pittsburgh Steelers offense led by the rookie quarterback Kenny Pickett. The over-under is just 43. As for who Robert Quinn will be teaming up alongside, well, this is pretty damn good right here because this Eagles defense, after the first 2 weeks, they've been able to generate a consistent pass rush. Hassan Reddick is kind of that hybrid edge linebacker, so I didn't really include him in that defensive end conversation earlier. Of course, Robert Quinn is not going to take any snaps away from Hassan Reddick, Brandon Graham, or Josh Sweat, but this Eagles defensive line is locked and loaded. Reddick has 4.5 sacks. Brandon Graham, coming off that torn Achilles, has 3. Fletcher Cox has tallied 3 sacks as well. Josh Sweat, really good pass rush win rate. Hasn't necessarily translated to sacks, but I kind of do look at sacks like wins for a pitcher. ERA tells the full story, and sometimes quarterback pressures and quarterback hits tell the full story, as well as pass rush win rate. And Josh Sweat always atop the league in that category. TJ Edwards from that linebacker spot has 2 sacks, and Javon Hargrave has 1. And we've continued to see Jordan Davis emerge as well as he gets more snaps. Now, for those of you who are worried about the Eagles giving up a 4th-round pick for an immediate playmaker who, when you think about it, this does kind of remind me of that acquisition for Chris Long going into 2017. It's an older pass rusher who's had really productive years, who's going to come in on pass rush situations to really just bolster the depth of this football team. That's how I kind of liken the Chris Long free agency move and the Robert Quinn trade. You shouldn't be concerned about the Eagles surrendering this 4th-round pick. It was their own pick, but you take it away, they still have 8 total picks in the 6 total picks in the 2023 NFL Draft. They have that first-round selection from the New Orleans Saints, which could be top 5 by year's end. They have their own pick, which will probably, hopefully, be at number 32 if the Birds hoist the hardware. 2nd-round pick, a 3rd-round pick. They surrender the 4th-round pick on your screen here. They do have 2 7th-round picks, one coming from the Minnesota Vikings and the other the Philadelphia Eagles. And once again, it is Howie Roseman's season, as we can say it together, how he do that. Before we hop on out of here for this particular segment, I want you to grade the trade down in the comments section. What do you think about this pickup for Howie Roseman? Let me know right now in the comment section, A, B, C, D, or F. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more breaking news videos like this, because I'll tell you this, nobody is able to go faster and give you this level of analysis, but also interact with the audience like we do here at Chat Sports. This is the standard here on Philadelphia Eagles Now. You don't want to miss any of our coverage because it's coming to you every single day. If you want to be taught about the game of football, taught about the Philadelphia Eagles, and informed of what the Birds do year-round, that's why you subscribe right now.